Hi, I'm Matt Starr, CTO for Spectra Logic.
Hi, I'm Brian Grainger, Chief Sales Officer for Spectra Logic. Welcome to Supercomputing 2016 in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Some of our key partners are here with us today. We have Globus, we have Cray Computing, DDN, EMC, Dell are all here at Supercomputing demonstrating some of our equipment.
In addition to Silicon Graphics, SGI,
SGI, yep.
And Intel, I think you mentioned that, and several other major HPC vendors. HPC is a very significant piece of our business. It's a very large top-line revenue piece, but also it allows us to take our core pillars of Spectra Logic and apply it to a certain industry. We're scalable, we're cost efficient, and more importantly, we allow customers to help minimize the complexity of managing their data. I believe the biggest data growth is not at the super high end, it's in that enterprise, mid-enterprise level, where universities, genomes, oil and gas, all of these different industries that are really looking at the different applications, which are in that mid-level enterprise. I believe that's the biggest data growth in the United States and abroad.
One of the reasons HPC customers come to Spectra Logic is we're providing them very cost-effective, very efficient storage, not only just by footprint, but it's also density, power, cooling, all the things that they need, because in an HPC environment, the real thing is compute, right? That's the C in HPC. And so if you can reduce the footprint of your storage, it allows you to get more compute on the floor. So we're one of the companies that provides both our tape technology and our disk technology are both some of the densest in the industry today. We recently announced a Lustre integration with our Black Pearl product. So that gives a connection between the Lustre file system and our Black Pearl storage gateway. And that storage gateway can write to either disk, spin down disk, or tape. That integration is important to us and to the environment in general, or the community in general, because Lustre is used in about 66% of all of the HPC sites worldwide. So it's one of the more common global file systems that is used out there. This integration gives them a very cost-effective, very dense way to get their data into an archive. Very much like a private cloud architecture.
It used to be HPC was defined by who's the biggest, who has the most IOPS, who's in the top 500. And now what we're starting to see is who's in that top 15,000.
The market is broadening out at the bottom base. It used to be, like Brian was saying, reserved for the top end echelon of sites, but now there's a broader base using HPC for not only compute, not only for store analytics, but bioinformatics. So you see cancer cell and cancer research being done on supercomputing now. And then the last thing here is we have this new Internet of Things idea, which is the connected device. That's the one that's going to make the data really grow as far as the amount of data, because when you think about billions of connected devices generating a small amount of data, it's still billions of devices doing that.
Industry consolidation, acquisition, mergers, however you call it, seems to be, you can't pick up a newspaper nowadays without seeing some kind of massive acquisition. We've seen it recently with Dell acquiring EMC. We've seen it with HPE acquiring SGI, more specifically in the HPC environment. We've seen IBM make a series of acquisitions that definitely implicate the structure of their business in HPC. I honestly believe that customers are looking for the best of breed products, not necessarily a one-stop shop for buying a solution. So the days of, I'm going to go to pick a 3-letter company and buy all my servers, all my storage, all my supercompute, all my monitors, all my secondary storage, those kind of days, what we're seeing has passed us. And customers are much smarter now, they understand technologies, and they're looking for companies like Spectra Logic, quite honestly, to fill the gap that a lot of these other companies can't fill from a technology standpoint. Thanks for stopping by SC16. See you next year.